Today, we expose Bill Gates, a man who plays God with numbers, systems, and human lives without ever asking for permission.
This equation has four factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
That is Bill Gates? TED Talk, 2010. Those are his words. Lower population. Not reduce suffering, not reduce poverty. Population. This is how engineers talk. Not about people, about systems. Years later, Bill Gates repeatedly warned that a global pandemic was inevitable. He talked about simulations. He talked about preparedness failures. He talked about inevitability.
Today, the greatest risk of global catastrophe doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this. If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war. Not missiles, but microbes. Now, part of the reason for this is that we have invested a huge amount in nuclear deterrence, but we've actually invested very little in a system to stop an epidemic. We're not ready for the next epidemic.
Then COVID happened. After COVID, Bill Gates didn't disappear. He evaluated the response. He criticized governments. He positioned himself as the authority. Then he said this, the next one. More deadly, more transmissible.
By the next pandemic, I believe we can have what I call mega testing diagnostic platforms. These manufactured antibodies grab onto the virus and disable it, just like your immune system, and can reduce death rates by as much as 80%. I also think that we'll develop new vaccines quickly, in large part due to this new mRNA platform.
That's not hindsight, that's power speaking. And while Gates was shaping global health narratives, another fact became public. He met multiple times with Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein's criminal conviction. Gates later called it a mistake, but nothing changed. No loss of influence, no loss of access, no consequences. He kept advising. He kept funding. He kept shaping global outcomes. This isn't about conspiracy. It's about concentration of power. When the same man talks about reducing population, predicting pandemics, and judging global failures, people don't hear charity. They hear command. This is the same mindset that built Microsoft. One company shaping the digital world by making itself unavoidable. Now that same mindset shows up in global health. Same logic, same control, bigger consequences. Bill Gates doesn't need to be elected to rule outcomes. He just needs access. And nobody ever voted for him. If you think this is fake, prove it. If you think it's real, share it. Like the video, subscribe, and comment who you want exposed next. Or say part 2 if you want this one to continue.